This morning, the search continues for the husband of a Bronx daycare owner after a toddler died from contact with fentanyl. 2 other children remain in the hospital. Meanwhile, we are learning more about what the daycare owner was doing when she should have been calling for help to try to save these children and possibly save a life. Eyewitness News reporter Janice Yu is live in the KINGSBRIDGE section of the Bronx with the very latest on this story. Janice, good morning.
Good morning, Shirlene. Gray Mendez, she's the owner of this daycare, should have been calling 911 as soon as she found those children unresponsive inside the daycare. But instead, detectives say she was on the phone with her husband as well as several other people. And we've also learned that detectives found video of her husband as well as some other people carrying bags of unknown things out of the daycare in the midst of all of this chaos. And as of this morning, one child is back at home. 2-year-old Jaziel Lino. That is great news. He's back at home, doing better, reunited with his family. However, 2 others remain in the hospital, and tragically, as we've been reporting, 1-year-old Nicholas was killed. Now, Mendez, as well as Carlisto Acevedo Brito, who was a tenant in that apartment, remain behind bars without bail, charged with 11 counts, including murder. Police are still searching for Mendez's husband. Now, authorities believe the kids had been exposed to fentanyl particles all day at the daycare inside of the apartment on Morris Street on Friday. Traces of it were found under the mats where the children were sleeping. Detectives say a kilo of fentanyl, drug production equipment, those things were found inside the daycare. Yesterday, Mayor Adams stressing just how dangerous even small traces of this drug can be and calling for a, quote, national assault on this drug entering the city.
What are we doing? What are we doing as a society to our children? This was probably one of the worst days I've had of going up to the Bronx, sitting down with those parents, losing their babies like this. They dropped the babies off to a daycare center, hoping that their children will be protected by the caregivers.
Well, so on September 6th, city inspectors actually did a surprise inspection at this daycare. The daycare passed with no violations. Now, the city the health commissioner yesterday talked about this and said that generally fentanyl is not something the city inspectors search for. But after this, maybe they should be looking in the future.